Okay, we are going to do a color wheel. This is a finished color wheel. It's done with colored pencils. You have a Crayola set in your packet, and this is what you're going to use. Okay, there's your Crayola set. First thing you want to make sure that you have is you want to make sure that your pencils are sharp. I have sharpened all my pencils, the 3 that I'm going to do my demo with. Notice how they have a nice point, and I have a large edge that I'm going to shade with. Next thing, you might want to get out some Post-it notes. If you have any Post-it notes, I'm going to teach you a little cheaty trick to help get clean edges. And the last thing that you might want to need is a blotter. I'm using a notepad. You can use a folder. You can use your sketchbook, whatever it is that you have, just to give it a padding underneath. So we're going to start off, and we've already talked about holding your pencil. Okay, you hold it closer when you want to color heavy. You go further away when you want to color a little bit lighter. We are only using the primary and secondary colors. That's it. So we're going to start off with the red, and it's going to be nothing but red. And let's see, you can put these little Post-it notes right here. That's going to allow you to have a little leadway. Now I know for sure that's going to be nice and neat, because I am grading on neatness. You are working in a swirling motion, swirling motion. I'm working in a swirling motion, not just back and forth, because I want to make sure that I get a smooth surface. I don't want it to be scratchy. So I'm just coloring there, and I'm pressing pretty hard because this is the only color that I have to put on, and I can do a couple layers if I need to, because I do not want any of the pores to show. And what I mean by pores, pores are the little white areas of paper that show through your colored pencil. And if you look, no pores on that. Okay, I can't see any white. So coming back here, so the red's going to be easy. Okay, your primary colors are going to be really easy because all you have to do is use the primary color. The next one is RRV. So this is going to be red, red, violet. Okay, so I'm going to have more red than violet. I'm going to do lighter layers for this because I have to mix 2 colors. I have to mix my violet, and of course, I have to mix my red. So red, red means it's going to be more red. So I'm going to start off, and notice I'm holding my pencil a little further away, and I am going to put a light layer of red. I can see the pores here. Look at that. I can see the paper through my pencil, and that's fine because we're going to put a couple more layers on it. But we want this to be more red than violet, so we're just going to smooth that out. Next thing I'm going to do, take my violet, and I'm going to put another light layer on it. It must be light. I don't want to cover up I can't press too hard. If I press too hard too fast, I will not be able to get another layer on. So this is all about layering your colors and making them smooth and trying to get the color to be the best you can. All right, so that looks like it's a pretty big jump from red to red, red, violet. So I'm going to come back with my red. This is my second coat of red. It's my third coat, and I'm going to press a little harder this time. Working again, swirling motion. And you can see that that is definitely covering some of the violet. And it looks like it is a nice transition from my red to a red, red, violet color. And again, I do not see any pores, anything like that. So I'm going to move on to the next one. This is red violet. I am going to start with red again. This one you could probably start with either one of them, okay? But we just need to make sure that it's more violet than the last one that we just colored. So here we go. Make that even, got an even distribution of red. Then I'm going to come back with my violet, do the same thing. Now, as you can see, I want my violet to look a little bit more intense than the last shape that I just did, because this is red violet, not red red violet. So coloring that, got an even distribution. Now, it doesn't look as smooth as my last two. So I'm going to take another coat of red just so I can fill up the pores. But I'm not pressing too hard, just a medium pressure. And can you see the jump from here to here? Yes, we can. So we're good. Now, if it was too red, you would just come back over top of it with some violet and do that. The next one, violet, violet, red. Of course, it's going to be more violet. So instead of starting with red this time, I'm going to start with my violet. So here I go. Very nice, smooth transition. Remember, you can roll your pencil. When your lead gets flat, you can roll your pencil and use the other side of that lead. That keeps your point a little sharp too. So there's my first layer of violet. I'm going to put some red on it. Again, I'm not pressing hard because I have to have more than 2 layers. And if I press too hard, I'm filling the pores, and then I can't get any more of the pencil to come on the paper. So here we go. Now that looks almost identical to my red violet, doesn't it? Well, so we're going to have to put another layer on it. Let's go back to violet. And we're going to press a little bit harder this time, trying to fill up those pores. I want it to look like it is more violet than the last one that I just did. Making sure that it's nice and smooth. The pressure of the pencil is so important. There we go. Voila. And the next one is violet. Well, that's easy. All I have to do is use my violet, and it is one coat, very heavy. I don't have to layer anything. So you are going to have, you're going to get a break with your primary and your secondary colors because you are not going to have to mix. But the rest of them you do have to mix. Please do not think, oh, there's a red orange in my color packet, I'm just going to use that. That will not work, okay? You have to blend your colors. And I will be able to tell when I see these. So please do not try to cheat. Okay, so, and you're going to continue on around your color wheel until you get to the middle. Now, the middle, what we have to do, we have to use our primary colors. Have to use our primary colors. So we are going to get out, oops, got a sharpened one, excuse me. We are going to get out our red, yellow, and our blue. So I'm going to start with my yellow, okay? I have to mix these 3 colors to try to make brown. So normally what you would do is the best 2 colors to make brown is orange and blue. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to make orange. I am going to start with yellow, very light, circular motion again, okay? Because I'm going to have a lot of color layers on this particular one. And when you get to doing this, okay, sometimes, oh my gosh, it looks kind of green, it looks kind of blue, kind of red. Then you just use the opposite color to try to change that. And I just want you to do the best you can on this one, okay? I want to be able to see that you have blended and that you have tried to make brown. Whether it's a little bit green or whether it's a little bit red, that's okay, okay? You've tried and it just takes practice. So there's my orange to start with. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back with my blue, and I am going to put my blue on top of this, and boy, that's starting to look pretty green, isn't it? So I know I'm going to have to go back with some more layers. Kind of a rainbow of colors here. But you see, I have a lot of paper that I can still build upon because I am just doing the light layers. So that looks pretty green to me. I'm going to come back with my red. And I'm just going to keep layering and layering and layering until I get it as close to brown as I can. Back to my yellow. Back to my blue. And it looks like that my brown is going to kind of have a green tint to it. And the opposite of green, of course, is red. So that's going to be one of the next colors I'm going to put on here and try to see if I can get it to look like it's more brown than what I have it on here. How many layers is that already? I think that's about 5 layers. We have a lot of layers on this one. One more. Let's see what this does. Here we go. That looks a little bit better. And I'm probably going to do a little bit more yellow. And there I have it. Okay, that's about as close to brown as I'm going to get for this one. So this is what you need to do when you finish. Okay, it's going to look like this. You're going to have all the way around. Just please remember you can only use your primary and your secondary colors. And you're doing light layers for mixing, using a blotter, doing a swirling motion, and pressure is very important. And of course, if you want to use the Post-it notes to keep your edges clean, that will benefit on your grade.